pervasive premonitions, or paradoxal periodic slumber? Is there a destiny to our dreams? Destiny to our dreams, Ray? You ever had any dreams that turned into reality? Go ahead.
Andreas, last night I dreamt that you were actually a Mongolian yak lover and you didn't have those big buck teeth. It was obviously just a bad dream, Andreas, because you still got them.
Keeping it classy, Ray. Thanks for the input and insult.
Andreas, go out and get your jolly sniff of some yak ass. We got a show to do. All right, hit it. Yak loving fruity bag.
Yak loving fruity bag. That's a new one.
Seven A.
What number is this, Chip?
7A.
All right. Don't get excited, man. It's because I'm short, I know. Anyway, 1979. Where were you? Where were you? Where were you? Where were you? Sure. Okay, I was actually in a hasty retreat from a rabid Ragusa, India in the Western Ghats. Barely survived. Barely made it out alive. How about you, Grimmhauser?
Oh, I was chilling on the Nostromo with Ridley.
Were you?
Oh, yeah.
Like a villain?
Oh, yeah, watching out for that xenomorph, having a good time. People, bursting out of chests and shit. It was awesome.
Oh, always with the sexual context with Grimmhauser. And Suki, the lovely Suki, where were you?
Beach in Bali.
You were where?
Beach in Bali.
Were you really?
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. What were you doing there?
Beach stuff.
Running numbers?
I can't say. You just gotta be.
So, translation, drug dealer.
Yeah, I'm not even sure what running numbers is, but it always sounded like out of all the deviant, let's say, crimes, to be the most harmless, But anyway, it has something to do with racehorses, but I am not sure. But what doesn't have anything to do with racehorses? 1979, a one David Booth from Cincinnati, Ohio, 10 consecutive evenings with the same bad dream. Unbelievable. And he was envisioning or having premonitions rather, of plane crashes. And he would have the same premonition of the same plane crash over and over for 10 consecutive nights. It's unbelievably tragic.
Oh.
And what happened was that he would wake up in these fever sweats and he'd tell his wife, I think on the 7th day, because he was so just mentally torn by the dream and the reality of it, that he actually ended up calling the FAA administration and spoke to I think a director of operations of some sort at the FAA, expressing the premonitions he had, and these dreams where this plane would take off, and it was making its ascent, and it would roll over, become inverted, and upside down crash into a field. I think it was a field, and and it was unbelievably terrifying. And the fact that it just kept on reoccurring. We all have these reoccurring nightmares. Yeah, I shouldn't even say dream. This is a nightmare. And believe it or not, the chap from the FAA took this seriously, very seriously. However, they were unable to actually look into it any deeper than just his premonition, because they didn't have any specifics, David Booth said it was an American Airlines flight, and besides just the little specifics of the aircraft, he couldn't give anything. And then it turned out that this incident, this horrific incident, ended up occurring with a DC-10 rather, terrible aircraft. And it's the one where I don't know if we're all of a certain age that we can remember this. I know I am. I know Suki's probably not. but frightfully young. The DC-10 was this horrible aircraft. And we have a dear friend of ours, who used to be air traffic controller, that can tell us all about this. One day we will ply him on if we can get him to sober up. But the DC-10, it had the 3 engines. It had the 2 wing engines, and it had the one on the tail, and a ticking time bomb. Supposedly, what this plane was. So supposedly the plane, a part of the engine came off. Hit the rudder, and next thing you know, inverted, and 200 and some people are dead in a fiery demise.
Bummer.
Terrible, yes, really bad. And that ended up being the beginning of the end for the DC-10. So, which I actually thought was a cool airline, and I actually always thought to myself, looking back at those old photos of it, I'm thinking, well, this actually looks pretty good. You have the 2 engines on the wings, and when those break and fail, you have one on the tail. But,
Right.
just in case. Not in this case, anyway. So he was actually taken very seriously, and so we have to think about what is the science of dreams and premonitions, what is the theory behind them, and what actually delves within the depths of our psyche when we actually fall asleep. I could speak of some of mine, but they lend themselves to the,
Moist?
Moist. I wasn't going to say that. So anyone who's a fan of this channel, and you poor souls, Grimmhauser always goes to that. Him and Ray Casper, who's been pestering me all morning, always kind of go to that, but Grimmhauser has real life experience. Casper is just some old crazy creep. But are we even actually fully asleep when we dream? I know that I think that I've had some dreams where I thought I could control them, or I would get up to use the restroom, and I thought I'm going to go back, and I'm going to take this dream, and I'm going to,
You thought you were going to go back into the same dream?
Well, no, I thought I was going to go back, and I don't think I was even fully asleep, and so I don't know.
So you were just kind of like an intermission of your dream, right?
Well,
there.
I think so, but those are always the good ones, but the bad ones I couldn't go back, and I've had some bad ones that were reoccurring, but So Suki, you are, as Don Dawkins would say, the dream warrior. That dates me frightfully, but what says you about how do these dreams, can they manifest in reality? What says you? What do you think?
Yes, I think so. I have had an experience where this one night I was asleep, and I had this dream where I was talking to a friend the night before, and this person was just going through a lot of life difficulties, and I was just thinking about the person. So I go to sleep, and I see this person sitting in their bed with the feet up to their chest, and they're holding and their head is down. They're just in such despair that it felt like I was there with the person. So for some reason, it seemed like it was so long, but it was just a moment, right? So the next morning I wake up and I just asked, in message, I said, hey, I was just thinking about you, just wondering how your day's going, how you're doing. And, it just seems to just get a little bit better slowly every day, but, no huge change. And I said, weird question, I'm gonna just throw it out there. Were you by chance sitting on your bed, just kind of with your head down, and the person just freaked out.
Really?
They said, how did you know that? I was up all night, I could not sleep. You couldn't have known that I was doing that. And I said, I don't know how I knew that, but I kid you not, I was not at your place. We're just miles away, and so I was just surprised that happened, and that this person was actually doing what was in my dream. And, you know,
Oh my God, that's crazy. That
Yeah.
is.
Dream stalker.
What says you, Grimmhauser? Have you ever had a premonition like that, or a dream that a few days later, the next day or the morning, said, "Uh-oh, uh-oh"?
Nothing that wasn't totally predictable.
Really? Okay. All right.
Like if you predict that you drink too much and you're gonna get a hangover and possibly the yellow death, then yeah, you could say I had a premonition.
Grimmhauser, Blake Grimmhauser is Lieutenant Commander Grimmhauser is the consummate critic. What is he calling right now? But yeah, so you are the consummate critic on this stuff, and do you believe? So obviously, this is where we do the true tale or festering fable segment. But the David Booth DC-10 crash, that was a true tale. That was a true tale, and there's even the FAA report, from what I understand, on.
But
that
did he
subject.
predict how it would crash?
This guy.
You know, I mean, or did he just say, "Hey, that's a pretty shittily designed plane. I'm just gonna tell you right now, I don't see it working well."
Well, the thing about it is that it's funny you say that, because I believe, I don't know if it was that year, but there was a Turkish airline crash which killed 300 and some people in the DC-10, and then another crash and the discontinuation of it. But I believe the incident happened not too soon after he actually was talking to the FAA agent about such.
It could have been, I guess, maybe. I'm still giving this one like an if. I'm gonna give this a maybe. That's about all you're gonna get for that one.
Oh, okay.
Because I mean, either he knew something, or he guessed.
Well, he was just a mild-mannered fellow. And,
Sure,
you
but
know,
if
from
you're-
Cincinnati, and this happened at, I neglected to say this, at O'Hare Airport in Chicago. So it wasn't,
Well, I mean, the guy's not,
1979, there was no access to instant media, and
I mean, he had a premonition, or more like I would say, just he thought about it for 5 seconds when everyone else didn't, that the plane was badly designed. So let's just think about this for a second. Engine on the tail. Does that? No. It took me like 5 seconds to figure that out.
okay.
So, premonition, you're giving him a lot of credit. Just saying.
Okay, all right.
I'm bordering on
consummate critic.
I'm bordering on festering fable here, but I'm just gonna.
You would actually
sideways.
say festering fable or bordering? Yeah.
I'm gonna give it borderline.
All right.
I'd love to give him the benefit of the doubt, but it's a pretty specific thing to have a dream about.
Okay. All right. Suki, what says you? True tale or festering fable?
I think true tale, because
Yeah.
I've had too many dreams to just dismiss,
Yes.
or just in waking where it's not a dream, where I felt something really real, and my brother, he felt the exact same kind of feeling, and I just couldn't sleep. Anyway, I called him up and I said, "Hey, are you awake?" He says, "No, I can't sleep. I'm freezing." And I'm like, "Me too."
Oh,
I don't know
really?
why, but I just had a feeling to just call you. And he says, "Yeah, I can't sleep. I'm freezing. I'm
That's
shivering."
extraordinary. Oh, my
And
God, yeah.
I said, "Me too." He says, "I can hear your teeth chattering." I'm like, "That's how cold I am. I don't know what's going on." And he says, "Me either." So he came to pick me up, and that was when a real life situation happened where, a family member was in the hospital, and we went there. And there, sure enough, there was something happening in the room.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Really?
true story.
Oh, no, I believe you. True tale. Oh, unbelievable. So I have to give this a 2 thumbs up. Unexplained. True tale. Not just the plane crash, but Suki's stories as well. Yeah, but Grimmhauser is on the. I
No,
understand.
I wasn't there for it, so. This one's just gonna have to teeter in the middle there.
All right.
So it gets a 2.5 out of 3. That's like a, what is that, like a 80%? I don't even know. It's not much. It's not good. It's not an A. So we'll just leave it at that.
You know what is an A?
What is an A?
The funniest thing is, Still, I disappointed Grimmhauser, and I
Always.
still haven't. Yeah, I know, always. I still haven't risen to the challenge. But I think this is high time. What says you, Chip? For Grimmhauser's Gamer's Guide, Gaming Guide.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
So, you want to talk about predicting the future, guys? Let's talk about Life is Strange. So this young girl, Max, moves to a new town with her dad, if I remember right, because her mom had just died or something like that. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but it wasn't that important anyway. You know, that parent usually never survives the game. Deal with it. So then, Max has this experience which leaves her with a strange ability. She can see things before they're going to happen, but she can also
Premonitions.
premonitions, but she can also rewind like time a little bit and redo like things, you know. For example, throughout this game you deal with some dark themes. Unaliving, if you will. This girl tries to unalive herself on the top of a school because of bullying. Y'all girls are vicious. And Max,
They are indeed.
yeah, Max foresees it happening. She foresees it, but she goes up to try to talk to her the first time, and guess what? She still jumps. And then she goes back a second time and figures it out, depending on what you do with the character there. But there's a whole lot of that kind of stuff, and the thing about it is, even if you have the ability to predict the future and change it, is it responsible to use that power? Because you change one thing, it changes a lot of other things.
Oh, unbelievable.
Yeah. You start like meddling with causality. Ooh. Nasty business. And that's exactly what Max did. And let me tell you, when you get toward the climax of that game, you're really going to wonder if a kid should be able to do that kind of stuff, because I certainly question it. That's all you get.
Okay. That's interesting. So like I said, we always on this channel, we only try to, why is he calling? Hold on, Ray. We always try to promote games that we would, promote.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, promote. Yeah,
you might wanna
we will not ever bash a game here. I know there was a last episode where I bashed some of probably the politics of a game, but the game itself was fantastic. What was it? Wolfenstein?
Yep, Wolfenstein.
Or Wolfenstein, yeah.
Whole series there.
Yeah. But,
Bash them if you got to, man. It is
yeah.
what it is.
So,
I think I'm getting a premonition.
yeah, so, okay. But the thing of
Go ahead and give the tarts. Give the tarts, Andreas. Give him the tarts. Unbelievable.
That's the most coherent thing he's ever said.
I'm sorry, I have to give I didn't call you that. I'm giving the tarts. I'm sorry.
Pop-Tarts. Let me tell you, getting to that sweetness in the middle, it never tasted so good. But s'mores is the best.
So there you go. So he called and he said, "Let me see a picture of it," and he was being very profane and wanted to know why I didn't get the ones that had the was it the frosting on the outside? And I said, "Ray, these are $1.99."
Eat 'em in the morning, eat 'em in the evening, Kellogg's Pop-Tarts. Loads of flavors for big and little shavers, Kellogg's Pop-Tarts. Try chocolate fudge.
All right, Puff. Yeah, quit singing to little kids. Some kind of creep you are around town. Take some singing lessons, asshole.
Thank you so much, Ray, for holding. He's been calling all day. I'm so sorry. Go ahead, Ray.
I hope you're happy. You got your goddamn Pop-Tarts finally. Unbelievable. Crying about Pop-Tarts.
They weren't s'mores, you bastard.
Great. You probably got a Pop-Tart sticking sideways on your ass now. Your damn Pop-Tarts. Take your gobble them up, Grimmhauser. Anyway, I want to take this moment to introduce myself to your new charming co-host. Hello, and what is your name?
Suki.
Grimmhauser, what the hell did she say?
Suki?
What the hell? What?
Ski.
Hello, Suki. Hi, Suki. My name is Ray Casper. I'm Ray Casper, and I'd like to welcome you on to this super little spaceship flying saucer show starring Ray Casper. I'm Ray Casper, and don't let Grimmhauser tempt you with one of those Pop-Tarts. He probably laced them in something grimy. You know how he is. Anyway, it's good to meet you, Suki. And I'll talk to you in the outro. But Andreas Grimmhauser, you dirty, filthy bastards. I hate you so much. Anyway, that's all. Nice meeting you, Suki. Bye-bye.
I'm so sorry.
Assholes.
Jesus. I try to warn Suki about this situation.
There's some things that just you cannot prepare for.
Anyway, I'm terribly sorry. And one day Grimmhauser will tell you the torrid tale dating way back with Ray Casper and his treacherous ways.
Well, I'm hoping that he passes away before that. But
And just so you know, Ray Casper's says he's 78 years old. We think he's probably in his early 80s. He lost his leg in a dustful accident. He likes to brag about his stump. He thinks that is intriguing to the ladies. But okay. Anyway, conclusionary wrap up. So, Suki, you had something very interesting you were saying in our intermission here about specifically the other type of nightmares and dreams and how would I word that? How would we word that?
the types of dreams?
Yeah, the other types of dreams that
Just, you've got your typical Nightmare on Elm Street scenario, Luckily for you, you aren't on Elm Street, because, wow. So, your slasher dreams, the bad ones where somebody hurts you. Mm-hmm. But I bet you know more than I do.
Yes.
I do. There's been some really gruesome ones where I personally do not like horror shows, movies, anything kind of junky at you.
Oh, no.
I know it's so
You know what that
totally different
means?
from you.
That means that you
All about the
definitely
horror.
have to be on the show when we do our Halloween episodes. Grimmhauser is a Grimmhauser, Blake Grimmhauser is the epitome of Halloween. That is his essence and aura, and he does it very well. And I have never met anyone who knows more about the subject than Herr Grimmhauser.
Legalize it.
Yes. So what the thing about it is that the fact that you have this aversion to horror and all this stuff, you'd be brilliant. You'd be really just as that that counter,
Right.
Anyway.
But then again, is it real or is it not real? So
Okay. All
Does
right.
the way it makes you feel, is that real?
Yes, I wake up, I'm panting, I'm in sweat, and I have to be woken up audibly. If you go like this, in my dream, someone is doing that to me.
Oh my God.
So if you tell me verbally to wake up that it's a dream, I will mentally wake up.
Okay.
So if I tell you to destroy Ray Casper,
I probably might in my dream, if he's in my dream.
Well, so far he's being nice to you, but that's
well, you know, I mean,
that'll change.
I'll take what I can get. We'll just see what happens.
Yeah. And then there's running dreams where I am just, again, drenched in sweat when I wake up and all the blankets are off. I have no idea what I'm running from. Sometimes I do, but a lot of times I'm just running or trying to find someone, and I just can't find the person who I'm looking for.
You're trying to find Jenny.
Who's Jenny?
You never saw Forrest Gump?
Yes.
Hello, Jenny. Come on.
And Blake Grimmhauser is almost, Lieutenant Commander Blake Grimmhauser is also a filmologist. So, yeah.
All of the ologists.
Yeah.
That Jenny, yes. And then there's the flying dreams where it's either I'm flying or I'm falling. So a lot of times when I'm falling, I jerk. And that's when I wake up, either from a ladder or just stepping somewhere, and then I trip or I fall, or again those flying dreams where it just feels very freeing.
So
and I just never want to
you
do
are
that.
physically just independently.
Yes.
You're not in a.
Are you like Superman
Like-
style or
like in the air.
wings? Nothing like
No, it's just how you are, but in the air.
Superman.
like the birds at the end, flyaway birds.
The birds.
Yes. That is so interesting.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think we have a cauldron of information and themes with Suki here. Yes. Yeah. That's fascinating.
And I will drop in there about a dream catcher.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Now, all I know about Dreamcatcher is the obviously the Native American thing, but
Yes. Indigenous spiderwebs.
okay.
Yes.
But what is a Dreamcatcher for our audience that is unfamiliar? And this is a trick because I'm unfamiliar. So, what exactly is it?
Would you like to elaborate?
Oh, I already told you. Indigenous spiderwebs. That's all I know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you know, I mean,
I assume that the make, because I remember back in the 90s and even the noughties that I would see those and people would have them from their rear view mirror, and it would almost look like an upside down tennis racket with some feathers on it.
the only thing I've ever heard is that if you have one and you have a bad dream, parts of the inner webbing will turn black. That's all I've ever heard.
Okay, all right.
Is that true? I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
You know, I try to filter my own dreams. I don't try to, have anyone else do it for me.
This is fascinating stuff. Okay. Well, very good. Evil spirits during the night, supposedly the dream catchers are supposed to be able to absorb and
Evil spirits too?
yeah, evil spirits. Anyway,
I mean, that's always been like something I wondered about when people talk about evil spirits are the ones causing your nightmares, causing your pain, sleep paralysis, things like that. Ugh, no thank you. Usually my dreams are about hitting things that are, and then I wake up and I accidentally hit whoever I'm sitting next to. Not good.
I will say I have not had sleep paralysis since the last time I had my urinalysis. I just wanted to use those two words together. None of that's true. But anyway, all right, interesting. So your new best friend here wants to say goodbye. Are you okay with?
Yes, I'm always up for a new friend.
Oh, okay. Warned you long time ago. Thank you, Ray.
Thank you for tuning in to the Erich Andreas Flying Saucer Gay Boy Gamer Show here on the AM. And I would like to say a special goodbye to Suki there.
Suki?
And that is, you seem like you got your head on straight, and you seem like you know what time it is on the street, because I know how to get down, and I'm sure you do just as much as I do. And no, Suki, do you like scotch? Would you like to come over and visit Ray Casper and his stump and have some scotch? What?
I don't think so.
I'll pass on scotch.
Just shut up and let me put the moves on her, because you know Ray Casper is Ray Casper is back for the attack, and Ray Casper is Return of the Mac. So anyway, nice to meet you, Suki. Anyway, thank you so much once again, and Ray Casper's getting pretty fed up with you too. Anyway, talk to you later, Suki. All right, bye-bye. That's all.
Thank you, Ray. I don't even want to say.
What, Munches?
There it is.
I'm sorry.
too.
No, don't apologize for him.
we'll
He needs
just-
to apologize for
No, I
him.
apologize he exists.
We'll just get rid of. We'll just get rid of that. So,
All right.
yes. So, I think that's it, huh? I
so.
think that's it. So, once again, thank you so much for tuning in to Erich Andreas Unexplained. Once again, I give you Erich Andreas. Schmuck of the week. We have the lovely Suki, which will be hopefully a new addition if Casper doesn't scare her away. And we have Lieutenant Commander Blake Grimmhauser of the Gamer's Guide. And this is an invitation to like and subscribe. Tell your 2 friends. Like I like to say, I don't even have 2 friends, and these people in chip doesn't count. Anyway, so exactly. So thank you so much, and the peace out and the 2 thumbs up, whatever the hell that means, and the little birds. Fly away, little birds. I like the little birds. I want birds now.
You can't handle birds.